How's it going today, everyone?
Good.
Good. My name's Stephanie. I played Hamlet's mom in the play, if you forgot already. Luke will be coming in soon, and...
Who's Polonius? I'm Joe. I'm the king. Was the king. I'm the king.
Luke will be coming. He was playing Polonius.
We're going to go over language today. It's a language workshop. We're going to pay attention to a particular speech in the play. Anyone hazard a random shot in the dark what that speech might be?
If you could think of any play, yes, huffing for stuffing.
Oh, like in the play?
In the play.
Oh, was it like when Hamlet was saying like to be or not to be?
Yeah.
Nailed it!
That's
You called it!
Yeah, shall
Awesome.
discuss that one. Do you have any vocal warm-ups? We'll start with that.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, because we're gonna actually like explode this speech, is what I like to call it. Not explore, but explode. We're gonna bring ourselves to the text, and we're gonna like make it more than what you like. If you just read on paper, you're like, oh, that's a lot of crazy words, Shakespeare. We're gonna make it not as crazy for Shakespeare, but crazy for ourselves. We need to stretch our range of what we're capable of. So I need everybody to sort of just take a deep breath in and out. And then everyone put your hands on top of your head. Everyone, hands on top of your head, and use your hands like they're a mouth, and say, "Wee! Wee!" And now we're like you're a teapot, and there's steam coming out of the top of your head, and go, "Wee! Wee!" Very nice. And now I need you to repeat after me. Say, "Follow the yellow brick road." Follow the yellow brick road. Very nice. Let's hear everybody. Now I need you to take 2 fingers, put them on either side of your nose, and warm up all that snot. It's cold out there today. Go. Very nice. Now I want you to speak out of your nose like you're the most annoying person in the whole world. I want you to put your fingers out in front of you, nice long witchy fingers. Let's see your fingers out in front of you, everybody. Maybe your fingers. And say, surrender, Dorothy. Surrender, Dorothy. Very nice. And now I need everyone to bug out your eyes real big. Big smile on your face. Stand on your tiptoes and say, run, Toto, run. Really good. Now I need everyone to put your hands together and get them hot. And now I need everyone, while you're doing that, to stand up. There's no leaning in theater class. Stand with your feet wide apart. Like you're a superhero. And when you take that heat, I want you to warm up the top of your lungs. Give a lot of heat to your lungs. Warm them up. We're going to talk out of our chest. And now push that heat in. Stand strong. We're going to shine this heat out to the people like Iron Man. We have heat coming out of our palms. Ready? Say, I am the great and powerful Oz.
I am the great and powerful Oz.
There it is. Everyone do.
Oh, get low. I can't start till I get low. Bend down. There we go. Like a gorilla, loose up top and heavy on the bottom. So theater if you're not silly. There you go. Throw your head up to the sky and go, oh.
Yeah, there's lava coming out of your bottom. If you don't do it with me, I'm going to make you do it yourself. So everyone get down low. And then there's lava coming through your body. Better, better, better. Now put your big paws out in front of you and say,
Put 'em up, put 'em up.
everybody,
Put 'em up, put 'em up. All right, so now we went from low to high and
everywhere in between, right? So we are just sort of expanding our reach of what's possible, which is what we're going to use next.
Who knows the first line of the speech? Anyone? Do you know it?
The line of the speech that this young
Hamlet
lady
says
said.
that she's the to be or not to be speech. Anyone know the first line?
Hey, the first part's to be or not to be. To be or not to be. And then what's the
Yeah.
next part?
That is the
Nailed it!
question.
Yes!
That is the answer. To be or not to be. That is the question. Everyone all together. To be or not to be. That is the question. Easy. We got it, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to start here and I'm going to point at you. You're going to say to. You're going to say be.
Or
Not.
not.
Two.
that.
The question.
Get it? Yeah! That's right. Go ahead.
Two. Oh.
To be or not to.
I like it.
The question.
Yeah.
Yes!
Be or not
To be.
That is
The.
question.
Great, easy.
Sweet.
We're going to change it up a little bit. This time, I'm going to start with you. And you're going to say it as very quietly as you possibly can, although loud enough still that we can all hear it. And then whoever says question has to say it as loud as they humanly possibly can.
Ooh.
Make sense? So we're going to have a nice gradual build. The difficulty is going to make it gradual. We don't want it to be or not to be. That is the question. That doesn't. It's not very.
It's
gradual.
hard to make that step. Think of it as stairs, right? You got to go up. You can't have a huge gap.
Even steps. Ready? Quiet. Go.
The question.
Yes. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Or.
Yes. Step. I'm getting there. Yeah. Sure.
2. Just a little bit louder than the person before you. Good.
B.
Good.
That is.
Good.
Question!
Yeah. Good. You.
Oh dear.
Not to
That is.
be.
Here, you're gonna go as loud as you can, and then we're gonna take it quieter and go down in our decibels. Ready? Go.
2!
Yes.
Nice.
Be or not to.
You gotta yell, y'all.
Is.
Back up the stairs.
That's
That's okay. It's good. Good effort.
Love it.
2!
B.
Or not.
2. B.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant. What is it called when we build stuff up like that? Or sort of diminish it like that? What are all those things? We just said, if I were to be like, if I'm going shopping and I'm like, I need tomatoes, celery, broccoli, carrots, what are all those, what is that? What are all those things?
Vegetables.
All right. I can't tee it up like that. You got it. It's a list. When we have lists, Hamlet has them all the time. He has them in the speech. We're going to go over it. He talks about all the things that he can't stand about life, the pangs of despised love, unrequited, lost delay, insolence of office, all that stuff. So we, as actors, when we have those lists, focus on how to make them different. One way we can make it different is build it like a crescendo, or diminish it like a decrescendo, or we can make each one special, unique, and different. There are many ways to play with lists. This time, I am going to start with you, and you are going to make a gesture. It could be any gesture you want. It doesn't have to be from your waist up. It could be your whole body. And you're going to say the word to. It's going to look something like this. To. And then they're all going to do the exact same gesture you did until we finish the phrase. Yeah, I picked you for a reason. Give me a good one.
Come on, Cameron.
To. Let's see it.
Come on, Cameron.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna
Cameron.
do that.
Go.
Okay.
Go, Cam.
Okay.
You do it, Cameron.
What?
Pressure's on.
Okay. I don't want to like mess it up.
You're not. Anything is going to be good.
Okay.
Go, Cameron. What movement?
2. I knew
There
it.
he goes. A light dab. A light dab.
A sensible
A
dab.
sensible dab.
Be
Yep.
or
Love it. Good.
to.
That.
Is the.
In the club. Great. Now you. New one. New gesture. It helps if you're standing. Yeah, there you go.
It can be anything.
It can be
Do. It can be do.
You can twirl your hair, look shy, and say the word to. That can work.
Yeah.
No,
There you
it's
go.
not. No, or not.
Ain't nobody yelled it.
Wait, I forgot. I didn't see what it was. Is the.
Question.
There we go. That's a teenage Hamlet if I ever saw one. Two. Not to be. That is the question. You start.
Oh jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
2.
There it is. The step forward. Love it.
Or not to. Be.
That
Is.
the
Question.
So, oh, that's good. So when we have all these things, we're embodying. It helps us to describe the words, know what they are. Anyone know what a born is? I don't know what a born
Jason
was.
Bourne?
No,
Yes,
look.
that's
A born is a river. It's a river. So unless Hamlet does something with those words to let you know from who's born no traveler returns, it's not going to make any sense to you. And he's talking about bearing the whips and scorns of time. Maybe he can look like he's Atlas with the world on his shoulders or something like that. It helps to put these things up. I'm not going to sit here and be really sad and be like, yeah, so we went to the park and I got a bunch of free ice cream and it was great. And my gestures don't support anything I'm saying. I'm clearly very happy about that, but that is a depressed little gesture. So the other thing we're going to do, and this one is difficult, so you got to be a little creative. We have to think outside the box. I'm going to start with you, and you are going to do any sort of gesture you like, although this time we won't be repeating the gesture. You will be doing whatever you conceive as the opposite of that gesture. Ooh. That doesn't mean that it's going to be like, to, be, use your whole body. If they go out, go in. If they go up, yeah, you could go down. You can also go backwards. You go forward, whatever.
Sideways.
Yeah, you go sideways. You go whatever. It's just not the same. Make sense? Let's give it a try. It's better if you don't think about it too much. Go ahead. 2.
B.
Love it. There we go.
Not.
Yes.
2.
B.
That.
Is.
Question.
It's like one of my favorite ones. Yeah, that was really good. I was very happy. Yeah, that was great. Start again. Now start it up. Brand new one. Clean slate.
Let's see.
That's really good.
2.
Love it.
B.
Excellent.
Or not.
B.
That is
The bad.
That's awesome. Question? Great. One more time. You start it out.
2.
Love it. Back.
B.
There we go.
Or
That is
not.
brilliant. That's good. Don't hurt yourself. There it is. Love it. That was right. When we have two opposites. Opposites is a fine name for it, but we're in America. We speak English. We like fancy words. What's a fancy word for an opposite?
Antonym. That is very good.
Antonym, you were like on the cusp.
Cinnamon.
It's good job. Take it easy. Antonyms are antithetical. It is an antithesis. Antithesis is what we call it. What is the antithesis of black?
White.
It's the antithesis of summer.
Winter.
Winter is the antithesis of revenge.
Revenge.
Dealing with it.
I've heard it.
Honesty.
Mercy, forgiveness. You can revenge something or you can forgive it. Wonderful. Beautiful.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to break down the speech. Where did it go?
Dude, where are you going to read it? I'll lay it.
Oh, you got it? Or I'll lay it out if you want to read it.
Sure, let's do that.
I always read it, so why don't you?
I'd never read it.
Okay, sweet.
That's
okay.
great.
So what we're gonna do now is that before we actually break into groups and start breaking down the speech in terms of antithesis, lists, and embodiment, is that we just want you to listen to the speech again, right? Because you heard it in a big giant gym. But everyone, just take a deep breath in, breathe out. Everyone, breathe in, breathe out.
Go ahead.
Close your eyes and listen to the speech.
Try listen to the words and the pictures this paints. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, when he himself might his quietus make with the bare bodkin? Who would burdens bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all. Over here. What's Hamlet going through there? Why? Why this speech? Why? Why is it in play? What is he trying to do in the show you just watched? What's Hamlet's goal?
Yeah.
I think he was trying to go through what he was trying, he's going through something like his father's death and his mother's betrayal, and he's trying to find himself in the middle of it, and I think in that speech he's pondering life or death.
Sure. Absolutely, absolutely. By the way, guys, we're going to work on this speech. There's college courses taught on this speech. Ty doesn't know. We played Hamlet today. Ty has no idea what everything, it doesn't have no all-encompassing knowledge of this speech. If you have a thought on this speech, you're probably right. So go ahead and say it out loud. It's very complex and very simple all at the same time. So like that, excellent. He's deciding life or death. To be or not to be, what could that mean? Come on, you can do it. Yes, to live or die. Yeah, there you go. Take a breath. That was great. To live or to die. That could be something. Hamlet was just visited by a ghost who told him to kill his uncle. Would that hold up in court? No, it really wouldn't.
Who would you talk to about that if a ghost came and said, why don't you go ahead and kill your stepfather?
My imaginary friend.
Imaginary friend, or you have an argument with yourself, which is what Hamlet's doing.
Exactly.
He's trying to work it out.
Imaginary friend's a great answer.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a phenomenal answer.
You are your imaginary friend.
You do this every day. You're gonna do it tonight. We're gonna leave, we're gonna pack up, we're gonna go, you're gonna go to class, you're gonna get homework. And then you have to decide, do I do it or do I not do it? To be or not to be. And then you're gonna expound on all those thoughts. You're gonna say, well, if I do it, I'm not gonna have an evening, but then if I study and I work hard, I'll get a great job, I'll go to the college I want, I'll make $1 bajillion, I'll be a successful human being, and my life will be great. If I don't do it, I'll fail my class, my teacher will hate me, my friends will hate me, I'll be a bum on the streets, and I'll be miserable forever. So these are things that you can think about. You do it every day, to brush your teeth, to what to wear. Do I want to wear shoes today? These are all little tiny debates that you have with yourself all the time, every day. Hamlet's doing it on a much bigger scale. Ghost asked him to kill his uncle, and his uncle's marrying his mother. His family's kind of weird right now. His girlfriend was forced to break up with him in front of her dad to please his boss.
Bad idea.
Yeah, all kinds of weird stuff's going on with him right now. So he's really, really struggling with this dichotomy. So when we go into this speech, let's think about that sort of, this an argument with himself. There's the to do this suicide mission. Has anyone ever killed a king and gotten away with it?
Yeah.
Me.
Read more. No one ever has. No one's ever killed a king and then been like, hey guys, the king's dead. Let's all just sit and talk about what I did for him. No, they're dead immediately. You can't do that. So to be or not to be, yeah, it's to live or to die, or it's to go on a suicide mission or not. It's revenge and mercy. Those are the two options that Hamlet's sort of weighing right now.
Beautiful. All right, so if you want to pick up the strips of paper that I set down in front of you, we're going to break down the speech into different groups. And so group one here, if you look at the speech, it starts with to be or not to be. So what of the three things we talked about do you think you'll be dealing with? Lists, embodiment, or antithesis?
List.
To be
or not to be.
Not to be.
Antithesis, yes. In group two, notice how many commas are on that piece of paper. What part do you think you're dealing with? What's that? Whether antithesis, list, or embodiment. Is it a list? Is it a list of things he's talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so just like the crescendo and the decrescendo with the list, that'll be your responsibility. And group three, you have the part, of course, dealing with embodiment. Okay, so at this point, everyone make like a nice little group within your group. So your group kind of clump together. Clump. Clump in a little
What he said has anyone killed the king?
All right, and now I want each group to take turns, or actually not take turns, just do it all at once. And stay standing, stay standing. You never perform sitting down. There's no chairs in Shakespeare.
What I said also.
Except in our play.
Oh yeah.
There's usually not any chairs. So at this point, read through together all at once the speech. There are some vocab words on the back for some of the harder to understand words. If you have questions about pronunciation or definition, let us know.
Got it.
If not, when I say go, read the speeches together, okay?
So ignore the A and B. We're going to
Don't
tell
worry
you
about the A and B.
Just
We'll
get
work
spit the words in your mouth.
Okay.
Get the speech out. Go ahead.
There's
Good question. There we go. To learn the mind suffer. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing them, to die, to sleep, purchase, and to dream.
chance.
Yeah, and there's the rub. For that sleep of death that dreams may come, must give us pause.
Why that's so in sync with the fact that we're going to scream must give us pause.
Alright, I'm gonna split you. You three are A.
Bam.
5 are B.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Boys and girls.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I wonder which is going to be louder, the 3 or the 5.
The 3. To be. That was the question. Or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing in them, to sleep, perchance to dream. For that is the sleep of death that when dreams may come, must give us pause.
Don't hit me.
Great, everyone! Everyone, look at me. I'm an actor. I need attention right now.
Stand by Joe.
Look at me. Great, good job. Now, you are in your groups. You're in your A's. You are in your B's. The A's will pick 4 words that you think best sort of helps accentuate your argument. Well, if it was like to be or not to be, I don't know, maybe B would be a good word. To be, heartbeat, I'm alive, I'm crazy. Or B, like, whatever you want. To be, you're going to pick 4 words. So you're going to pick 4 words from the A line, you're going to be 4 words from the B line, 4 words from the A, the B, the A, the B, and you're going to assign a gesture to those words. So it could be, I don't know, to bear the whips and scorns of time. Suffer. I loved it. You went down. Arrow. Don't ever forget about your lower half of your bodies. A lot of people act to waist up. So you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to pick your 4 words.
I've got. So each side picks 4 words, right?
A's pick 4 A words. B's pick 4 B words.
Dang it, why did they get rubbed?
Minute and a half to do this. 90 seconds.
We're choosing 4 words.
Wait, 4 words each?
A's will pick 4 words. You'll all say it together. You'll do gestures together. B's will do the same.
Outrageous.
I've got that.
No. A good word.
Just let it be up. Just let it be up. For the sake of comedy.
What's up with you?
I don't know. For the sake of comedy, just let it
As
be
long as
up.
you have a gesture, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a gesture.
Thank you.
Luke, you can spell out the word up, you know? I don't know. Make a choice, so you just have to come back and
We are. The word up is actually no, it's right there.
Dang,
No, it's
suffers
right there.
and
Is that under A or B? Roasted.
Fine, I got trouble.
Roasted.
I got trouble.
That's what we're putting together. No, we're all doing the same.
Yo,
Or take arms in a squeeze. You guys, this is our action. Or to take arms against the seat.
No, as a group, you choose 4 words that you are all going to embody at once. So, if you're
A.
So if you're A, you feel like that is
To die.
the
To sleep.
question.
I said or on it. To
Or to take
die.
against the sea of troubles. By opposing.
You're just gonna
and
use
then-
your
So decide 4 words that would be fun to act out. This is what we do, is we basically we're not going to actually go fly, you know, when we're on stage, but we think of that image and it helps, like, the audience understand what we're saying.
I do a lot of
So just think of 4 words that are fun.
Death.
Do we have to have
Those are all easy math to have.
For example, just follow
Or that
Seconds.
Dad, we can do this.
This is great.
Arrow. No, dreams. No, death has to be a horrible attitude. Give us a pause. Pause. Yes, there we go.
So we got sleep, death, pause.
15 seconds.
No. How about trust? No, how about trust? Just good. Like, yeah, do arms. So what are our 4 words again? Arms.
Sleep. So sleep's gonna be this, death is gonna be like
Arms, pause.
yeah, death is gonna be fall. Just like catch yourself. Pause. And then don't catch yourself. Just like fall with
All right, everyone.
Okay, bring it back in. Focus your minds.
What we're going to do is I would love to hear it as though it were one fluid speech and all that good stuff we just crammed into your brains in a half an hour. I want to hear the application of that. So we're going to start with you guys, and then they're going to finish. I believe the last lines are set together. If not, we'll cue you. We'll go ahead and point. They'll start when they finish. I want to have you guys go, and it'll just be the same. So the A's will read. They'll do whatever gesture they want with their words. The B's will go, A's, B's, we'll move on, A's, B's, we'll move on, A's, B's, and we'll chat a little bit and do one more thing before we send you on your way. Sound good? Beautiful. Start it out.
Wait, are we reading like the whole sentence our words in?
Or just
Yeah.
But you go back and forth.
You just read like your lines, but you do the gestures when you come to those words.
Okay.
Okay, group one.
Ready? Do arms first.
Yeah.
Arms. Okay. Or to take
No,
arms.
start with the beginning of the speech.
Oh.
We're gonna read the whole speech. Gotcha.
A's and B's?
That would be the whole speech. Yeah, that would be the
The
whole
B's
speech.
will read their B's, and it'll all be at the same time. I mean, not at the same time, but A's go, B's go, and when you come to the words, do your gesture.
Okay.
Sorry if that was unclear.
Yeah.
Okay, to be.
Or not to be.
That is the question.
Whether 'tis nobler in mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune,
Or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing and them.
to die,
To sleep,
Perchance to dream.
aye, there's the rub.
for that in the sleep of death.
Wait. I lost my
What dreams may come.
Must give us pause.
Great, go ahead, continue. It's this group. Now it's getting orange scope.
There's the respect that makes clearly of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong.
Yeah.
The proud man's contumely. Hangs and despised love, the lost to live. When he himself might his quietest make with a bare body.
Now you.
Nice. Okay, group 3.
You go first or B.
Okay, ready?
Burden bear to run and sweat under a weary life.
But that the dread of something after death.
Did they all tell you?
The undiscovered country from those more no traveler returns.
Puzzler will and makes us rather bear those ills we have not. Then fly
to others that would not know.
That's not just not the powers of assault.
Love it. Great.
Beautiful. And I was talking to one of the other groups, and I was like, we're not going to go on stage and say fly, right? But it's an image that you want to have in your mind so that when you look out and say fly, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the image, and if you're imagining it well, then the audience gets to see it too. And that's why we do this kind of work.
Shakespeare stuff. We don't know what all the words mean. I'll let you in on a secret. Not all Shakespeare actors know what all the words mean. There's training. There's a place in Europe. It's called RADA. It's a very, very expensive, very prestigious school. And I'm going to give you this little nugget of advice so you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to go. The professor of RADA says if you're doing a Shakespeare play, you don't have a book available of reference, you make up whatever you want that word to mean and then you act it. That's how you do it. If you act it, they will believe it. You read the context clues. You figure it out. So all those things are just as important as the words because you need to convey it. Shakespeare it's not a piece of literature. I don't care what any teacher tells you for the rest of your life. If they ask you to read Shakespeare quietly to yourself, they are wrong. You may cite me as a reference. They are incorrect. They're not books, they're plays. You don't read plays quietly to yourself. You watch them. You see them. I hate reading Shakespeare. I hate it. I have to sit there and read it out loud to myself like a crazy person so I can hear it. And it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I get all the images. I get all the pictures. If you read it like a book, it's like reading, you ever read a movie script? It's terrible. Don't do it.
They're really boring.
Very boring. It's just you're reading all the shots. It's not fun at all.
In Shakespeare's time, they used to go to hear a play, not to go and see a play.
Right. There's a Hamlet even says on our show, we will hear the murder of Gonzaga. They go to hear a show. In Shakespeare's day, all the groundlings, they paid a penny to stay there all day. They couldn't see anything because there are people in front of them, so they would listen. That's how this stuff
and you know that's too why Shakespeare says, like, you know, rather than explaining something normally, he's like, I'm going to go over here by this wall with this aluminum thing on it, and I'm going to put my hand on this aluminum thing, and then I will lean down, and this aluminum thing will be by my shoulder. He tells you everything that's going on, because half the people couldn't see what was happening on the stage. Beautiful.
Really quick, I'm going to try. We have an odd amount of time left, so I'm going to do an experiment. I want 1A and 1B from each group.
I got A. Rock, paper, scissors, 24.
Great, come here.
No, that's us.
No, I'm good.
Great, I got 2 greens. I got
We didn't do
1.
rock,
Yep,
paper,
great, you're here.
scissors.
2.
Yeah, you
late.
cheated.
Beautiful. What are you? Yours is B.
I played winner.
Yours is B. Great, love it. You're in here, and you're in here. Everyone else, yeah, that wall. 2. Here is what we are going to do. I don't know if it's going to work. This is called mapping the language. So everyone up here, you've got parts of the speech in your hand. You can follow along if you like. Everyone up here, let's have you all line up and back this wall like Usual Suspects style. There we go. There it is. Love it.
The one in the orange shirt did it.
It was the one in the orange shirt.
Sure. All right. So what we're going to do is every time we're just going to go, the A's going to read first, and then the B's are going to read, and then so we'll start with the blue, we'll go to the orange, we'll go to the green. When you are reading, when you I don't know if you can see this. Anytime you have a comma, you're just gonna, anytime you're reading, you're going to be walking. So if I had no punctuation in here, it would be to be or not to be. That is the question, whether 'tis nobler, etc., etc., etc. You just want to keep moving forward. However, when you see a comma, you're going to make a 45-degree turn. For those bad at math, like myself, that is this. To be, 45. Or not to be. If you have a colon or a semicolon, those are the 2 little dots and the little dot of the comma. I was pretty bad at English as well. You do a 90-degree turn. So to be or not to be, if there's a semicolon, that is the question. When you have an ending punctuation, that's an exclamation point. I'm not sure if there's any of those. We do have some question marks and we do have some periods. That is a full 180-degree turn to behind you. Make sense?
And if you end up running kind of like into somebody, just slightly adjust, or if you end up at the table, just turn around so that you can have room to walk. Because the key is this punctuation, walking the punctuation, gives you an insight into what's happening in Hamlet's mind and how his decision making is going. So you want to make sure to keep walking the whole time that you're speaking and reading.
So don't worry too much about acting it. Don't worry too much about performing it. Don't worry too much about even what the words mean. All we are really wanting to see right now is your path and the path you take. That makes sense?
Do we ever stop walking?
You stop walking when you stop speaking.
So you're not all walking at the same time. You're only walking when you're talking.
I'm excited to see this.
I'm excited. This is
Cool. It's
amazing.
gonna be neat. All right. Let's start it out. Go ahead.
To be?
Or not to be?
That is the question.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune,
Or to take arms against the sea of troubles and I think, no, let's do it the other way. By opposing, and them.
to die, to sleep.
To sleep, perchance to dream.
Aye, there's the rub.
For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come,
must give us
must give us pause.
Great,
Okay,
awesome,
got that,
cool,
yeah.
beautiful. Let's jump right in. I'm going to do all the talking at the end. Let's jump right in. Keep going.
There's respect that makes calamity of so long life.
For who would bear the whips and scorns of time?
The oppressor's wrong.
The proud man's contumely.
The pangs of despised love, the law's delay. When he makes himself his coitus makes with a fair bodkin.
Cool, keep going. Stay right there. Stay where we are. Stay where we are. Stay where we are. Go ahead.
Okay. Who would burden bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life?
But at the dread of something after death.
The undiscovered country from whose bourne no travelers returns.
Puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have.
Please excuse the interruption for the midday announcements. Yearbook Club will meet today during 6th grade lunch in Miss Haley's room. Tomorrow, 7th grade student council will meet tomorrow, Friday, in Miss Matthews' room during lunch. Students at Mr. Matthews Advisory, please bring your portfolios for student-led conferences to Mrs. McWilliams' room as soon as possible. All right, listen up. It is cold outside, but if you want to go out, you must be dressed for the weather. It is still very cold.
Yeah, I'm dressed for the weather.
Joey Madsen, Devin Bricker, Cameron Kors, Josephine Hines, Lona Hines, Rio DePew, Austin Squires, Callie Stinson, Hunter Bailey, Eli Bailey, Logan Lipsay, Jackson Launderer, and Dawson Welch, who all have something in the office. Then as a reminder, there is no drama or anime club today. They were canceled due to the conferences. Thank you, that's all they know.
Okay, listen up.
Woo, thank God. All right, we got all that. Good job, you guys are done. We were basically at the end. What you see when we're doing all this stuff, if I am go ahead, I'll take your thing.
Yeah, you can hand it to me.
Go join the fray.
And we'll talk a little bit about what we
chat
do
for
what.
the 3 minutes we have left.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys need to listen for just another minute.
Thank you.
Stand still and listen.
So Adam's having a debate with himself, and he can't really seem to get a concrete thought out until the very last one, right before that announcement came. It was really straight and clear. If I'm having a debate, and if I'm saying that, oh, I don't know, I'm a great driver, and you should trust me. I'm really good at my car. When I get in the car, it's like, you're going to be so safe, you have no idea how safe you're going to be. It's going to be awesome. Do I look trustworthy right there? No, I look really unsure of what the heck I'm talking about. So Hamlet, when he's starting, all these little ideas, they keep popping up. To be, well, here's an argument for to be. Well, here's one for not to be. Here's some more for not to be. Well, here's another one for to be. And it isn't until the very, very end when he finally gets some sort of clarity. What does he decide?
To be or
not. To be. He decides to be. He decides to go for it. In our show, he gets interrupted. So maybe that conclusion is not what he would have maybe landed on had he chanced to finish. But that's part of drama. That's the play. We don't all have chances to examine all of our choices brilliantly, or else Claudius might have thought, you know what, I'm not really ready to be king. I don't want to kill my brother. But he didn't have time for that. It was too urgent. So all that sort of stuff, that inner battle, the turning, the finding all those things. When you watch plays, especially Shakespeare, when the language is thick like this, all those actors, like Ty, does a great job of really having you understand that speech based on how you say it. And that doesn't mean he has to necessarily walk around like that or do these giant images, but having those in his head while he talks helps paint the picture in your guys' mind who maybe aren't used to hearing words like that.
So thank you all. Excellent work.
Thank you for your work.
It was